Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Paaru and you're going to be meeting Jack soon, and this video is about how I told my Indian parents about my white boyfriend. It is not very common in India for people to date outside of their religion or caste, let alone the race. So you can imagine how terrifying it would have been for me to tell my parents about this. But before I tell you the story, I think it is easier if you know a little bit about us. So I come from south of India, from a place called Kerala. Even though my family is not the most strict or orthodox family, I think we are a good blend of modern and traditional values. Even then, it was quite a terrifying experience. To begin with, it was quite difficult for me to convince myself that I wanted this relationship and that it was right for me, because again, it is not common at all, and I don't know how many people would support me if I decided to date him and eventually marry him. One good thing about this relationship was, from the very beginning, both of us were quite serious about it. So in no way was I judging the seriousness of the relationship or his intentions for that matter. My only worry throughout the relationship was, how am I going to tell my parents about this? Would all of my relatives accept this? Would I still be treated the same way that I'm being treated right now? I thought it would be better if I just introduced him to my friends first, and they instantly clicked and they all thought that he was the right person for me. I was quite glad that he got along well with my friends, because that just in a way assured me that I'm not making a mistake. Trust me, I've made plenty of mistakes in the past when it came to relationships, and I've been quite unlucky, really unlucky. A lot of it was their fault, some was mine. Then I told my friends from India about it, and I told my cousins because they're pretty much like friends to me. We are all of the same age, and they too like instantly loved him. And he put in the effort to get on video calls with them, get to know them and in a way me better, and it all went well, which terrified me even more because that meant that I should eventually tell my parents. Another thing that sort of pressured me was the fact that Jack was quite comfortable telling his parents, if he can do it, then I should do it as well. Otherwise, he would think that I'm not taking this relationship quite seriously. I definitely knew that this difficult conversation was going to happen sometime. I decided that it should happen now. Well, Jack and his parents were also quite understanding of the fact that it wouldn't be an easy conversation for me, because my society is very different from theirs. It is common in the UK for people to be in interracial relationships. They wanted me to be as comfortable as possible and just do it when I felt it was right. But I knew that I was just pushing this because, again, I didn't want to go through a difficult situation. I thought I would tell my brother first. He is quite a supportive brother. He said that he would stand by me if this is my decision, and I shouldn't let anybody else decide these things for me, because end of the day, it's my life. I have to choose my partner because I'll be spending the rest of my life with them. And he did warn me that this may not go well with our parents. Neither of us knew how they're going to react to this. One fine night, I was like, enough of this drama. I cannot be stressing my entire life. It is affecting the quality of my relationship with him as well. I'm afraid of getting caught as if I've committed some sin. I'm gonna text him and tell him that, listen, I'm in a relationship with a Scottish man. I think this is quite serious. I would like you to support me. I would like you to give us a chance. Meet him, talk to him, get to know him, and then comment on him. You have no idea how scared I was at that point. I was so scared. Like, I thought that my dad's gonna book the first flight to Scotland and just chop off my head, because I really didn't know how he was going to react, and I was terrified. And I don't think I got any sleep that night. I was constantly checking my phone to see if there is any sort of response, because I was just so scared. And I immediately texted all my other friends saying, listen, I told my parents, I don't know what's gonna happen. And they were all like, oh no, anything happens, we're there for you. Come to us, talk to us. But again, I was just super scared, and I copy pasted the same message to my mom because I didn't want her to feel left out. He pretty much wrote that it's my life, I get to make decisions about my life, and he's not quite happy about the information that he just got, but he cannot ask me to do things that I'm not comfortable doing. He said that he would have been happier if I had chosen someone from India, but Jack's not, and we just have to deal with that. He said their values and culture and traditions are going to be so much different from ours. It might all look quite nice right now, but down the lane, these things will bother you. And I understand where all of this is coming from. Our notion of the West is actually not that nice. It's just comfortable to be with someone who's from the same background. His relationship with his parents was a major concern for him. All of that happened, and I told him that I was quite sure about this, and I just wanted to let them know because I can't constantly live in the fear of getting caught. And my relationship with my family is also such that I can openly talk about anything to them. I asked him if he wanted to see a picture of ours together or like a picture of Jack, and he said no. He instantly said no. It didn't take him time at all. And that made me feel bad because when I'm sharing such an information about myself, something so major, I want them to be happy. I want them to support me, feel excited, but that was not their reaction. It also made me feel like maybe they're disappointed in me. And I didn't know how to react to that. So it was quite difficult for me because till that point I felt like, okay, they're slightly open to this, and once they sort of talk to him or meet him, they'll know what I'm talking about. That message sort of made me feel like they're not open to that. They think that I'll change my mind over time and they wouldn't have to go through this. I decided to respect their feelings. I waited for them to come back to me. Maybe like 2 or 3 hours later, my mom sent me a message saying she would like to see a picture of him and know more about him. And who is this guy? Are you sure? Tell me more about him. What does he do? This, that. I can see that she is excited for me. At the same time, she's worried about what the society is going to think. I understand where they're coming from because it's not usual for somebody to be in that position. Even today, I get on a call with her. She makes sure to ask about his well-being. After a while, my dad did get better about this. He showed more interest. When my dad sort of felt assured that, okay, he is also from a similar background, I think it made things a lot more easier for him. He became open to the idea of getting on a phone call with Jack. And Jack's standing right behind me. The camera, sorry, not behind me. And he's standing right behind the camera, waiting for his turn to talk to all of you.
Hello.
That may or may not have went well. You'll find out soon. Bye.